Good evening, boys and girls. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Jack Gaming's second podcast. We thought it was a good time to get together. We've all been busy the last few months. It's been, how long? Was it summer? We did the first one?
Yeah, summer going into autumn, I think.
So we're hoping to kind of step things up again in the new year. So we figured we'd end this year with a bit of a flurry. So we're going to do a little quick general quick catch up of anything important, valid, and then we're going to start thinking about, well, Keith or John are going to explain the format for the Game of the Year edition because I'm just not capable of it. So regular suspects are here. Big man Keith sitting next to me in Sudbury. So hello.
Hi everyone.
And our East End hammer in London, Johnny boy.
Hello everybody.
So we've been having the usual half hour of angst about how on earth we're actually going to record this. So we've settled on a format we think is going to work. But as far as content today, what we're going to do, we're just going to talk about.
I think this is going to be a general chit chat. What we've been playing, what we've got coming up.
Yeah. Can we start off by either you or John explaining to our lovely listeners how the Game of the Year format's going to work, please?
I think you do that, Keith. Is this your idea?
Okay. Well, it's the same as we've kind of done before. So we will each choose 3 games, which will be unique to each other. So we end up with 9 games. We will then pull 3 of those games out of a hat, and we will discuss it until we end up voting to kick one out. And then basically they go through to the next round. We put them out again until we end up with our top 3.
Can I pick up one thing with that I wanted to ask you, actually? If we were picking 3 games out...
Pick away, Johnny boy, pick away.
So we're picking 3 games out at random, and then we're going to discuss them and actually eliminate 2. Obviously, there's only 3 of us, so we could, every round, have a situation where it's 1-1-1 every vote.
No, you have to... I think we have to discuss it and
to the point of there's a vote of at least 2.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, say
if we've got 3 games and we all truly believe that, okay, that's an interesting scenario.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Why? What if you believe your game should go through 100% and I believe mine should go?
Because we've got to choose unique games. I think the chances of actually getting to the point where all of us have got one game in one round together.
You think we can all be objective about which is the best game out of those 3?
Yeah.
But say, for instance, you picked, say and it weren't necessarily like one of each, but say the 3 games we picked out was Red Dead, Spider-Man and God of War. And I know they're not but say they were, and I picked God of War as my favourite, and Al thought Spider-Man was his favourite, and you thought Red Dead was the favourite.
I reckon we go Metacritic for that.
No, I still think we can debate it as adults.
All right.
Yeah, right. Let's try that.
Then we'll go to Metacritic.
Because then, if Red Dead was my game that I chose, then it's about me debating to the point of swaying one of you two to come over to my way of thinking. And if I can't do that, then I will end up resorting to violence.
In which case I'm always going to lose.
And I'm in a different location, so
we'll all be in different locations for the actual
we will be, yeah. Let's give it a go.
I haven't decided yet. That's the basic format, but we'll go through it in more detail when we actually get to it.
Right, so
decade as well.
Oh fucking hell! We can try,
yeah. Game of the decade, and then we'll do a bit of a.
I don't know if I've got enough I've got the headspace to actually debate 10 years worth of games between.
Well, that is the thing.
Yeah, we can. It'll be fine.
You reckon there's those few you can instantly pick out as standout events?
I think when you go through and you look at what's been released, you could probably. And we'll probably be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. And then at some point throughout one of those, and I say throughout one of those because I envisage it being across a couple of pods, we'll throw in our most anticipated top 3 in the same format of voting for 2020.
Sounds good.
And that plan?
Sounds good.
Right, well, so as far as what we've been playing, right, it's been a funny old summer stroke winter for me because I had a little dabble with Warcraft and I think I fell for it a little bit again for maybe 2 weeks, if I'm honest. And then, I don't know if my personal circumstances, the yoga thing's kind of taken the emphasis away from me sitting and playing games all evening because it's now broken up by at least an hour of something that I'm looking forward to doing more. So I'm not dedicating the time to the games that I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried. What did I do before Dishonored 2? Can anyone remember? Jesus, what was it?
We played Detroit, but that was when we done our last podcast. We was all playing that, weren't we? And then
I played. See, Dishonored 2. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. It really annoys me that is the sort of game that I should love, but for me, it didn't work, and that sort of led me on to Warcraft. And I think peer pressure has brought me on to buying the Xbox, and we'll talk about that. That is something we need to discuss, right? And for one reason or another, peer pressure also led me to getting Star Wars. Now, I will say this about Star Wars. During the course of this afternoon, I've decided it's a very good game. And it's genuinely a game where when you die, 9 times out of 10, it's from your own stupidity, and you feel necessarily stupid when they give you that expanded reload time, because you know it doesn't take that long to get back to where you were. They make you wait for it. And that realization when you think, I'm just going to go a little bit further, and then you die and you go, shit, respawn. But I think in terms of what you can do in it, it's actually, I think they've made a really solid game. And that started making me think about games of the year. And I'm probably going to start siding with Johnny more. I'd probably start thinking of independence, if I'm honest, in terms of difference in gameplay. You know, look at Red Dead. That was lovely, but it was only because that could have easily have been Grand Theft in a different time. They could have marketed it as Grand Theft in a different time. Mm-hmm. Same type of game.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of, I see what you mean, but I've been thinking about this with films for probably about the last 10 years.
The rehashing of everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Basically, every single film that I've enjoyed or looked forward to watching probably over the last 10 years, the only one being different was Interstellar. Completely brand new concept, brand new story, very clever, looks good.
Yeah.
But everything else, you can kind of look and go, okay, well, yeah, this bit or this part of the story was kind of in this film from the 80s, and it's always a rehash from something from the 80s.
Like when
games have been like that for a while now, haven't they?
Yeah, I just think it's
just the rehashing of everything. I mean, even Star Wars is essentially Uncharted.
But don't you think it's interesting that the only real, and this the weird thing is, in a way, this harks back to the origins of gaming. We've gone full circle, and now all of a sudden, proper, I don't know what you call it, real death games where you die and you've got to do it again.
That's starting to come back, yeah.
Right? Yeah. All of a sudden, we've got this Dark Souls model, and for me, it's really hard work. But then I think, that's actually what I enjoyed about playing games. That feeling of, I've got past that bit now, and I'm staying past that bit now.
Yeah, exactly. We were speaking about that today.
In terms of the length of games, you've got to have some sort of save system, because games now last 10 hours, whereas when I was a kid, they lasted 2 hours. But that was 2 hours where you couldn't die if you wanted to get to the end.
Yeah, totally.
And it's, when Dark Souls came out, I played it and thought, holy shit, I can't play this game. It's savage because it's like runoff areas in Formula One. Mm-hmm. It does not allow you to be complacent. It punishes your bad timing. It punishes your...
But when did driving games suddenly have a rewind button?
Yeah, well, Grid started that, didn't it?
That's ridiculous. Grid, yeah. Okay, in Grid, you had 3 rewinds or something per race. I'm pretty sure it was limited. But I stuck on Forza through the Xbox that you made me get, and
right, wait, let's digress quickly. Right, now while we're all together, we can tell this from everyone's perspective, open format. Right, I received a text message, John, saying, can you call, or can I call you? Right, and I said I was doing something, and the response was, and I'm gonna, something to do with, it needs to be in the next 60 seconds.
All I said.
Wait, to which I hastily phoned up thinking there's going to be an issue, to then speak to him for roughly 3 or 4 minutes about what you're going to talk about now, Keith.
All I said.
No, I'm going next.
Yeah, okay, John, go on.
Because while Keith was texting you, I was on the phone to him because he told me that he had found the deal online.
I don't fucking believe this.
And asked me to let him know, but it had expired, and then asked me to let him know if it come back up again. I've got a couple of deal apps, and it flashed up on my phone because I followed the gaming sections that this deal was now active again. So I emailed Keith.
You both fucking wrote me into this, didn't you?
No. He phoned me up, and I said, "Oh, it's the deal's back active again." In which time, Keith tells me he's got another call coming in, which didn't say it was you. Roughly 4 minutes later, he comes to me and says he's ordered it, and you've just ordered it.
Right, can I speak now, please?
You let him?
Right.
And, actually, there's one more thing. He actually said to me yesterday, I'm surprised you didn't buy one.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that to me, John.
So he actually...
Anyway, my turn now.
To get me to buy another Xbox.
No, right, my turn. So, I thought it was a really good deal. Xbox One S Digital Edition for less than £100. So I thought, Al usually likes a new console. It's white, which matches all the rest of his consoles because he's a bit like that. So I thought I'd give him a cost, and it was more justification of whether I should buy it.
I resemble that remark.
And suddenly I get, hang on, I've got to get off the phone because I'm going to order it. Oh, all right then. And with regard to John, there's been, accusations made over the last 24 hours from our friend Johnny, blaming me for probably 20% of the consoles he's bought, saying that I pressured him into it, which the only one I'm taking full responsibility for is the PS4.
And the Wii.
Sorry. On a very, very quick side note, you don't know this, Al, but it kind of came back to bite me in the ass. I moved house on the previous Wednesday from Black Friday. I changed my address on absolutely everything. Every single account I can imagine, I've done it. And then I saw this Black Friday deal on eBay, panicked, bought it, and then once I confirmed it and paid it, I realised that it had my old address in. And the palaver of trying to change the address, trying to get hold of the seller, he wouldn't do it. So he ended up sending me confirmation on the Sunday. It's already been posted to the old address. I had to speak to the person that bought the house, get the delivery card from him, get it redirected to a post office. So I'll probably end up spending another 30 quid on petrol going to pick the bloody thing up.
That's annoying.
But yes, that is the, going back to the PS4, that is the only one that I'm taking responsibility for, and I will let you tell everybody why you ended up with a PS4, John.
Well, basically, I mean, I was always probably going to get one, but... Wait.
Before we leave the Xbox subject, do you think it was good value? 99 quid. It's an Xbox One, S?
Yep.
Digital edition. You get 3 games. You get Forza 3, Sea of Thieves,
Minecraft.
And Minecraft, and you get 2 months of Game Pass or 3 months for £1?
3 months.
I think it's really good value.
So do I.
Do you think it's good value, John?
I do, yeah.
Why don't you buy one?
Yeah, because I've got an Xbox at my parents'. And I've got Game Pass on PC, which does me for the Xbox exclusives.
So I'm prepared to draw a line under that now. The money's spent. It's sitting next to the PlayStation. To be fair, my daughter's got her money's worth out of Minecraft already, so I'm not knocking it.
No, I only installed mine the weekend, and I'm a little bit disappointed with the download speeds. I think they're...
Keith, I actually downloaded Goose Game tonight, and after all the problems I had as well with download speeds last weekend, I downloaded Goose Game, which was only small, and then I had a big update for Halo. Because you've got to bear in mind, all these parents have bought their kids digital versions of this. They're going to be downloading all sorts of stuff to get them ready for their kids to play on.
I think half of mine was I'd only had internet for 4 days. Obviously, I've moved house, so it's Sky being Sky. Let's monitor it for 10 days.
What have you got, John? What speed have you got where you are?
I think it's 100 and something, maybe 120.
Show off, I know.
Cable.
I'm on Virgin where I am.
Where are you? Romford?
Yeah, but I've got Sky at my mum's.
You get 120 meg, but you've got to live in Romford to get it, so it swings and roundabouts.
I think the Sky here is only 20 meg, and it was rapid when I downloaded Goose Game today and my update for Halo. So
I think mine's fluctuating between 10 and 15 at the minute, but I'm guaranteed 47, so that should ramp up in this couple of days.
10 and 15 is not fast anymore.
Well, considering they offered to give me, it's going to take 2 weeks to get fibre installed and switched over. They offered me Sky Essential, which is the non-fibre version, and she said, the current speeds are 1.8 to 3.4. I went, so I might as well just use my phone. I ended up obviously having to wait. But yeah, I've not regretted the Xbox store, going back to that.
So Sorry, we digressed. Who's taking responsibility for which console?
I'm taking responsibility for the PS4 that Petty bought.
Oh, do me a favour.
No.
Johnny's not accepting personal responsibility for PlayStation 4.
No, trust me.
I'm not having that.
No, I've taken responsibility for it.
Basically, I hadn't pre-ordered it at all for release day. I weren't going to get it on release day.
You were umming and ahhing about it for a long time, John.
This was 2 days before the console come out, and they were out of stock everywhere, and I hadn't had a pre-order. I wasn't getting it on release day.
You know what? This is starting to bring back memories.
And then Keith comes over.
Was I involved in this?
He ordered...
I think you got me onto it.
A special edition of a game that had, like, I don't know, 6 games of it or something, 2 joypads and a camera, and it was like £600, or was it 600 or 700? I can't remember. It was like £600. Yeah. But that was the only deal that you could get in, like, the country at that point if you wanted to guarantee release day.
This sounds really familiar.
He walks over to my desk while I'm working and goes, "Oh, I've just ordered this. I'll send you the link," or something like that, and then just walks off.
Just so you can have a look at it.
And that was it. And then 3 minutes later, I ordered it and booked the day off work to go and get it.
What? Okay, seriously, did he say, "John, I think you should order it, book the day off work to go and get it"?
No, he didn't say that, but he planted it. I weren't getting it before he come over.
I don't know if this is going to come out, but he's dropping in and out quite a lot. I don't know if it's because I've had to revert to the old headphones.
No, sure, fine.
Does he sound alright to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a vague memory of this. I reckon I was probably conned into this as well, because I wasn't going to I didn't pre-order one. I remember that. No, I did.
Yeah, no,
I wasn't a Delta, was I?
No, you'd left.
Because I did that emergency sale of 2 PS3s and 2 TVs to one of my old workmates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't regret
I'm pretty sure you're one to phone me, so I'm getting it tomorrow.
I'm going to blame John for me, because I seem to remember speaking to him around that time about it as well. But then he was probably reacting on being press ganged into it.
Yeah, which I said I'll take it.
Okay, so basically, he owes us what, £700 between us
each? Yeah.
I'm not taking responsibility for his other 27 consoles though.
Fair enough. It's your fault that I got the 360. It's your fault I got the 360. Yeah, it's your fault I bought all of the retro consoles because you got me all hyped up about buying a Super Nintendo again.
He's talking about you. No, you talking about me?
You. Yeah.
Right.
You was coming in.
No, listen. No.
You was coming in every day.
Sorry to interrupt there. We need to move on. We've been.
Yes. Right. Anyway, so what have I been playing?
Apart from moving.
Not a lot really. Apart from moving house. The game I've played the most recently, I've obviously only plugged things back in, was I played a bit of Forza. Looks amazing as usual. The game I'm playing the most in a minute is My Name is Pedro, and it sort of echoes what we said earlier about old style games. It's basically a side-scrolling 2D-ish looking game, and it's ridiculously.
How long have you been playing it, John?
What? My Name is Pedro.
Yeah.
Well, I can't get it on the PC Game Pass. I've only played it on the Xbox because so I've only played it like twice.
And how long have you been playing it?
No, it is really addictive. It's one of those that the levels are only 5-10 minutes, and you get to the end and think, I'll just do one more before you know it, and loads more time is gone.
And describe the format to me. Is it like
6-stick side-scrolling shooter, basically?
Basically, you start off with one pistol going along just killing people, and then you got a slow down mode so you can spin in the air, dodge and stuff. Then you get 2 dual wielding weapons. You can split your arms to kill people either side of you.
Okay.
Jump off of walls.
Okay.
It's really fun.
It's Xbox.
Yeah, Game Pass.
Right. Briefly, can we talk about Game Pass? Because I think. Sorry to interject.
Go on. If we just quickly go to John to see what he's been playing, and then that whole segment's done, and then we can just go back, finish it off, kind of get a Game Pass, what's on it, what's coming on it.
Go on, Johnny. What have you been playing, son?
I've done Star Wars, so I finished that.
How long did that take you?
Do you know what? I don't know. I had a week off work, so I played it quite a bit. So
It took him 5 days, basically.
I'd already done a little bit beforehand. So
3.5.
if you look on the internet, it says it's about 18 hours.
What?
That's with exploring and stuff. I've done a bit of exploring. I found a few of the collectibles.
That's quite big.
It's pretty long. So I've done that, and I've done Titanfall. Offered Titanfall 2 single player.
I'm looking forward to playing that, actually.
And I've just got on Game Pass, but it's PC only, a game called Phoenix Point, which is made by the original creator of XCOM, the first XCOM.
Right. That's on Game Pass.
That's on Game Pass on PC. I'm not sure about XCOM. But Phoenix Point, it's been in Kickstarter for like a couple of years, and they've only just launched it. So I've done literally. I've played all the XCOMs. Yeah.
Play them as well, don't you?
Yeah, I mean the remakes. I've not finished the second one, even though I've had it since the day it came out. I've just never really got around to playing it. But the first one of the remakes are pretty good, and obviously I loved the originals back in the day.
But quickly, before we wrap this up, I want to talk about, because we've mentioned the game, I want to quickly talk about the Star Wars movie. We were going to go and see it. I know one of our members who's not present this evening has seen it, and we've had another report of someone else that's seen it, and they are neither damning or glowing, I would say. And also, we need to quickly touch on the Mandarin. Sorry, no, the Mangle. No, what's his name? Mandalorian.
I've still not started it. I've got it.
Well, you need to watch the first episode, because my opinion changed a couple of times during the first episode.
Yeah, I will.
And you've been watching it, haven't you, John?
I've watched, I think, 4 episodes, 4 or 5. Oh, I love it.
Really?
I love Mandalorian, yeah.
But then you're only 15, aren't you?
No. I've not heard one bad report of Mandalorian. You're the first person to say that.
No, I will jump on it. I just got a little bit excited about The Witcher. So I've jumped on. I've done the first 2 of those.
I'm not convinced about Henry Cavill. You know.
I don't like Henry Cavill.
I thought he was going to be really good, but I wish now they'd put someone unknown in it. I've seen the first one.
Okay, so are we all in agreement? And we will go around.
Have you been watching it, John?
Yeah. I've seen 2 episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
Did Henry Cavill take acting lessons off of Christian Bale on Batman?
Emily watched the first 2 Batmans this weekend, and she actually, so that's my 10-year-old daughter, she actually started making fun of Christian Bale in a shop yesterday. She said to him, she went, Dad, sorry, Dad, and then she was going, what happens when he's talking to Alfred? Does he put his voice on then, or did he ever come home and realise that he hasn't stopped talking in his voice? And why did he talk in that voice to Lucius Fox when he knows that he's Batman? But when he's Batman, and it's like, and I said to him, in case someone's listening, I don't know.
But Henry Cavill, he is the Witcher.
Doesn't he talk like that a bit in the game?
Yeah, but it gets really annoying though, don't it?
Because he's kind of putting that voice on.
Yeah, he's really, really good with a sword, but I think his acting ability sucks.
Yeah, but Christian Bale in the Dark Knight films just starts to get lower and lower, and he's only matched by Michael Caine saying, I can't lose another Wayne.
That's awful.
I know.
Yeah, so I didn't particularly like him in Superman.
Why would a man shoot a man before throwing him from a plane?
Controversially, I think Henry Cavill will still make quite a good James Bond.
I thought he was alright, Superman.
I won't care.
I've not seen it.
But you've got a hard on for Christopher Reeve still, haven't you?
A little bit. Well, it's proper, isn't it?
Right, so, okay, Mandalorian. My only issue with it is, John, it would be the same issue I've got with all of the Star Wars films, the current crop, is the Disneyisms. And I think I'm too old now. I'm too old for the Disneyisms. They make me want to vomit.
Yeah, but you're just talking about Baby Yoda, and he's not.
Oh, he's ruined it for me.
Even though can't help it.
When we were talking about Fallen Order.
And do you know what annoys me? When people go, what about the Ewoks? Well, what about the Ewoks? All right?
Yeah, I mean,
no Jar Jar Binks in those 3 films.
That's it.
No, yeah, exactly.
With the
I do agree with that.
announcement of Jar Jar Binks, I think that's probably
the end of the show.
To the end of the show.
Oh, what, forever?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be on next.
Keith started sort of scratching his upper arms, and he's itching. And
God,
I think he's got Phantom Menace. Oh God, I've just said it.
Don't say it. Anyway, have you got anything to add, John?
No, I'm good. We're done.
Oh, well, so this has been a bit of a jumbling around, just more of a catch up between us and you guys. We really, really would appreciate a 5-star rating. It massively help us out, and it's really easy to do.
Even none or 5 stars. I think if you're not going to give someone, it's not worth bothering.
At the moment, I think anything. It's just going to be easy. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Stay tuned, and we will be back very, very shortly. But there's going to be some videos coming out on our YouTube, and there'll be some posts on our Instagram. Links are in near the pod. So, yeah.
It's been a pleasure, boys.